I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snooped in your life like that.
No, it's not that. It's just... I'm not used to...
You're not used to trusting people.
How about we just stop talking about me for some time, okay?
All right, fine. Lisa, are you all right?
The first film, The Color of Me.
I also really enjoyed the film, The Color of Me. One thing that really stuck out to me is the fact that, you know, the whole concept was centered upon race and how when you see somebody, you shouldn't necessarily judge them, you know, by their race. You should more look at, you know, the contents of their character, which I thought was an interesting way of, you know, approaching the film. Also liked how, like, at the end, she came to a level of acceptance in terms of removing the scar because she was often ashamed about her condition and how she would change race. So I like the fact that she came to an acceptance at the end, and just I thought it was an overall creative way of showcasing that and how instead of looking at a person's color, you should recognize their culture. Cause
Yeah, exactly right. You know, it's like, or even in the adopted situation. You know what I mean? You don't know what culture he comes from. You know what I mean? I think that's such a great point. Awesome.
I thought it was a very creative way to address race. I mean, it was very compelling, and you know, I don't know enough about filming to know when things should be out of focus or when to pull focus, but it seemed like there were a number of times when it was out of focus and almost a little challenge to watch just for a moment or two, you know, before it pulled back in. But overall, I thought the storyline was phenomenal, and the actresses obviously were very close. At first, I'm thinking, is this really the same actress? She's a great actress, but I finally realized it wasn't the same person, but it was outstanding.
I noticed there was quite some chuckles on the line, like, what is it, because I'm black and you're everything else?
I thought the film was really good. I enjoyed the commentary on race, and there were some moments that made me laugh, which I appreciated. I was challenged with, well, it was interesting because I also saw in the film there has to be sometimes boundaries when someone is willing to deal with whatever issue they're dealing with, and how he actually ended up pushing her, and I was like, okay, is that just a little bit too much? I mean, she's asking you to step back, but you actually forced her out of her boundaries, and I wondered, you know, well, did they do that on purpose, or was that like well thought out in the film? But I appreciated the thought behind it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone to reach a new level, right?
Yes, but I guess the question is, it has to be up to the individual when they say it's safe enough for them to be able to move out. I think it's great to have like a really good friend help and push you out, but to actually have somebody shove you out and not really know the depths of what you're dealing with before you're actually ready to deal with it, that can be dangerous as well.
For me, I could relate to this movie. I was born blonde hair, green-gray eyes, and extremely fair skin, whereas my brothers and sisters were not. And growing up over the ages, it was at times difficult. People accepted you because you were part of the group. They didn't really care that you were there. So I could see, for me, this movie hit home. And I thought the facts that he presented, that whoever directed this presented, they presented them extremely well, emotionally well.
Yeah, I particularly liked, the way the director has addressed such a serious issue and such a relevant issue since so many years with humor. You know, when you address like serious subjects with humor, that takes a lot of talent and a lot of well thought out way of presenting something in a light way, so that it makes a point at the same time. There's something light about it. So that was and that's a huge challenge. Lacing humor with dark situations, and that I thought was commendable.
Awesome. No, I think it's a great point. It allows us to kind of accept and be more open to it, right, as viewers.